with our last video using the truck, we did our first tow test with it, and a lot of people commented on that bumper can't tow it, blah, 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 but the hitch on this bumper is rated at 10,000, so that 5,000 pound trailer was no big deal. It's alive! And I know some of you are like, oh, your grandpa'd be throwing a fit if he saw you using a hammer on his truck. You never met my grandpa. I know it doesn't look like winter here in Utah, but it is. And with that, we need to take the old Ford and burn some fuel through it. It has summer blend, and I have not started it in probably 7 months. Heck, we put new tires on it, and then it got back here, put behind the bean, and we just never moved it. So let's see if it'll start, and then let's go drive it around and burn some fuel. Now, I have no idea if it's even going to start, since it hasn't been started in 7 months either. But we will see how it goes. All right. Good old glow plugs. Let those get good and hot. All right, here goes nothing. Nice. Oh, it died. There we go. I did not think it was going to start up. Awesome.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Got the truck all moved out and the bean. So now I'm going to back the bean in and then we can go for a ride. Kara, you ready to go?
Not till you get your leaves raked. We have a bright sunny day. Who knows what tomorrow's gonna bring?
Frickin' 41 and still getting chores. The worst is they aren't even our leaves. It's all from the neighbor's tree. Leaves basically raked up. Good enough. Garbage can's all full. So let's get Kara and let's go burn a tank of gas out of the old 84 Ford. Kara, you ready to go? I got all those leaves raked. I'll get those in the next load. Garbage can's full.
Did you ever get windshield wipers on?
Oh, no.
You're going south. That looks a little ominous. And
okay.
It's already 2 o'clock. Do we have reliable headlights?
Well, they turn on.
Reliable headlights.
No.
That work.
No.
So, in order to be street safe, Jesse, we have to do that before we can go.
All right, well, I'm heading off to O'Reilly, and hopefully they have some headlight bulbs that are brighter, because she's right, they don't work worth a dang.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
In order to make the truck roadworthy, what I'm going to do is, first thing, I'm going to replace the headlights. They are just dim as heck, so I'm going to replace them. And the windshield wipers. They're just old, wore out, flopped over. So that way, if it does rain, I can actually clear it off. And then, coming around the back side here, both taillights are cracked and broken. So this one's really bad here. O'Reilly didn't have any in stock, but they could order some. So they should be here by 4 o'clock, and that's about 2 hours away. So plenty of time to get the other parts done. What a project. Just trying to burn some fuel out of it, and now I have to do all this. But Kara's not wrong. It needs to be done. So it's always nice when the wife says, hey, that stuff has to be done. And you're like, okay, that's a blank check to go to the auto parts store. So. Got the new light, nice and clear. Hopefully this will work. Look at how old and corroded that is. Oof. Okay. Alright. So now it's just gonna go in like that. Is it working?
Yes, I don't know if you can tell in the... There we go.
It works? Holy crap. Step one. Nothing ever goes this easy for me. Wagner and a Sylvania, but those are the old ones. It'll be nice to have the new ones on. Surrounding back on there. Go turn on the lights and make sure it works before I screw it into place. Is it working, Kara?
Yep.
It is crazy how expensive windshield wipers have got. It's just insane. I was like 175 bucks getting out of O'Reilly for 2 headlights, 2 tail lights, and 2 windshield wipers. 175 bucks. I only paid 500 for the truck. Is what it is. Old truck problems. Well, that's easy. Usually they have that like slide-in thing. That was just one little pin. Wow, okay. That is a way better system than the new like slide-in crap. Now, tail lights, and then I think this is roadworthy. This thing is hammered. I don't know. Grandpa ran into a lot of things as he got older, seems like. And he probably would have said, "Oh, I've never had a backup camera. I would never need one." He might have needed one. I would like to get the cab all done on this. Does anybody comment below if you have any suggestions on what company to go with to order a full interior kit for this truck? I've seen a few online, but sometimes you get them and they just don't fit right. So if you have any suggestions on an interior kit for this 84, let me know and I'll look into those companies. Now hopefully O'Reilly has those on the way. How about an hour or so? Lunchtime? Let's get some lunch. O'Reilly didn't call us, but I ran down there and the lights were in. So they look very different. Nice and shiny and new. That's gonna be pretty dang sweet. I like it when projects like this happen on this truck because these are things I can actually do, because I am not the most mechanically inclined person, but I can change out a tail light and a headlight and things like that. Most other things on this truck are beyond my capabilities. Ooh, come on, fit in there, buddy, fit in there. I think the quarter panel's so banged up and bent that it just doesn't want to fit. Come on. Well, it fit. Luckily I didn't break it. That was tighter than I wanted it to be, but oh well. I was not intending on spending all this money on the truck today, but when Kara says has to be roadworthy, then it has to be roadworthy. I took that as a blank check. Is that what you meant, Kara?
Not exactly.
Not exactly.
But it had to be done.
Luckily, Kara's dad's a Ford owner, so she's used to people spending money on parts.
To be fair.
To be fair, it was a mud race truck. And he was a hotshot driver, and so he worked his trucks.
Yes.
It's just fun to give him a hard time because he's a Ford guy and I'm kind of a Chevy guy. And even being a Ford guy, he did not like these old diesels. He liked the 460. I thought he'd be pretty stoked when I got this, and he was like, huh. I'm like, okay, all right. But if I had got my grandpa's other one that had the 460, sorry, my other grandpa's other truck that had the 460, he probably would have been all over that. He has a garage full of parts for it. This truck, he's like, well, that'll blow a lot of smoke and not tow very well. And he towed with them, so it's not like he doesn't know what he's talking about. But speaking of towing, a lot of people commented that when I did my last video with this truck that I shouldn't be towing so much with the bumper, but that bumper hitch is rated at 10,000 pounds. It had kind of thrown me off when people were saying, oh, that's too much weight for that bumper hitch. And I'm like, what? It was only 5,000 pounds. And I'm like, my grandpa always towed heavier than that with it. And then I looked today and I found the sticker that says 10,000 pounds. So it was just fine. It has this giant dent in it here, and I'm sure that's pushing down. I don't want to break it because these were not cheap. Well, they weren't super expensive either, but I still... Come on. Bottom's in all the way. Oh gosh. Don't break, don't break.
There's a little bit of a lip right there.
Yeah, I know, it's kicked.
So maybe from the top first.
Wondering if it'll slide.
I wonder if the slide also.
I don't think that lip's supposed to be there. Look at that.
I don't think so either.
Well, I'm gonna fix it.
Oh dang.
That fixed that lip a little bit, I think. Alright, so let's tuck the bottom in. Okay. Now. Oh, come on. There we go. But I am excited to have this going again. I know most people are like, oh, it's just an old junk or whatever, but it is fun to drive Grandpa's old truck. I'm just glad we get to keep it running rather than have it in a scrapyard. Kara and I were talking, maybe we need to get rid of some stuff because our parking lot's getting pretty full here. And I think I'd get rid of almost everything else that we have before this one. And this isn't worth anything, so it wouldn't help us to get rid of it. If there was financial problems, I had to get rid of something. This isn't buying a, you know, it's maybe one trip to the grocery store, and that's about it, but. Okay. I'll check the lights now and make sure these all work. Let me know if they're bright enough, Kara. Okay, just like regular running lights. Blinker.
Yep.
Blinker.
Yep.
Brakes.
Yep.
All right, how bright are they?
Pretty good.
Nice. Well, I don't think we're going to be able to go test its roadworthiness tonight. It's getting dark and it's dinner time, so to be continued. We'll go for a ride tomorrow.
Early the next morning.
Today is the day that we get to take our ride in the old Ford. However, Jesse has been cranking away for probably about an hour trying to get this truck started. Which is really funny to me because yesterday it fired right up, and today
It's been
it's been a bit.
yeah. I should have plugged it in last night, but It's kicking out some smoke and it wants to go, but it is just not. I don't know what the deal is. Look at all that black smoke. Hey, it just takes an hour sometimes. That's not good. Come over here where we can talk. I guess we aren't going anywhere. That is leaking way too much. It wasn't leaking like that yesterday, so I guess she's still not road ready. That just sucks. So I'm gonna have to tear into it and see why it's leaking so much oil. That's just crazy. It's been running for maybe 2 or 3 minutes and it's dropped that much. So I guess to be continued. If you know why it's leaking so much oil, comment below, and I guess I'm gonna go park this thing and we can work on it later. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and enjoy your weekend.